titled Roots to I Am, where he was to speak about cultural identification. And I like to say that the way you opened up was attention grab. You had your prop, which was your hat, you had your speech, you used the voice to show that it was someone other than yourself, and I believe everyone was drawn in from the beginning to see what you were going to be talking about. So that was an excellent opening with that poem. You asked me to look for your movements and body language. You did only use this area here when you were speaking, so I understand there's not many people over here, but you would want to give some more attention to this side of the room, I would say, as using your speaking area. And also, when you did move around the room, it was more like this, so that people were seeing your back. I think somebody had mentioned that before. So maybe when you move, it's more keeping your audience in front of you. But the volume was great. I could hear you. You enunciated very clearly. And your hand gestures, I noticed they were kind of small in the beginning, but when you got to soar and run and walk, you definitely did use your body language to show what you were talking about. I can tell that you did your research, you had statistics, but you also had a personal story, so that opened up your vulnerability, which I think makes you a more credible speaker if people see that you're opening up yourself to them. So I appreciate you sharing that information with us. And the only other thing I had was some grammar issues, which I know the grammarian would pick up on, but one thing I find is that sometimes it's a little distracting if you're one of those grammar people like I am, and there's some of the things where it was were, so the guys plural was when it should have been were. So I think that's the one thing I kept seeing was consistent, was using the was and were, and so that kind of threw me off a little bit. But I could definitely tell that you were passionate about the information you were speaking on. You could tell you got really excited, your voice went up when it was necessary, your pace sped up, and that again kept the audience involved in what you had to put out there. I think it was well organized. Again, as I stated, I could tell it was research. You had your poem, you had it memorized, as well as you had statistics to back up the information that you were putting out. So all in all, I thought it was a very good speech. It gave good information into roots to who you are, and it was very educational, or entertaining, but it was informative, that's the word. It was informative to us as well. So I thank you for sharing that information with us tonight.
Our next evaluator will be Ms. Diane Savette, evaluating Corey Fonville.
Corey, I extol you on that presentation. That was quite good. The objective of your speech, you should show vocal technique, capture the imagination and the rhythm of the poem and convey its meaning, and you did that very well. You expressed emotion with your vocals as well as with your body language. You understood the poem. Now I was sitting there thinking, wow, she wrote that, and that was wonderful. And then I realized you have to pay royalties to Coolio for that one. Not that I'm into Coolio and know all his words, but I was sitting next to Emmanuel, so I kind of nudged him. Did she write that, or is that a rap song? However, I give you props for memorizing that rap song and knowing it, unless you go singing all the time. The picture was very clear. You dressed the part, and the scarf wasn't lost on me. I got that. However, if I had to put it into context, and that's a Crip color. You're wearing the Crips blue, right? Okay. Maybe you should have had green. You weren't taking sides. But you had great inflection in your voice. The words were clear. Now my thing is grammar, but you weren't giving a grammatically correct speech. You were explaining, expressing, interpreting a poem, and so it was quite appropriate for that. Your motions, your facial expression, you made great eye contact, your gestures, you were serious, you showed the pain, and it was just a great speech to follow Marvin's speech, and it just led right into that, and that was wonderful. It seemed as if it was rehearsed, but I know it wasn't. What could you have done differently? How could you have improved on that? I don't have anything good to say that is going to carry any credence as to what you could have done differently, because I thought you hit all the elements that was required of you in this speech. And so, great job, wonderful. I was admiring your outfit when you came in, but now it all falls into place. Great job. Thank you very much. I look forward to it.